Hello and welcome to another edition of Overland Fam. In today's video, I want to discuss the family and where we are at this present moment. Right now, what we are planning to do is we are writing a list of all the things that we need. I keep using the word we because I do believe that she's coming. Fingers crossed. We are writing a list of all the things that we need, and that list is extensive. It's too extensive. You know, do we need a list of everything in order to overland Africa? The way we're going to overland? Probably. But I'm trying to get the family to think in simple forms. You know, we need to be minimalistic. We don't have a choice in reality. We need to make do. We need to make do with what we have, you know, because, oh goodness, sorry. We need to make do with what we have because it's important that we have our philosophy light and compact in mind, so we can, if the worst happens, we can, you know, pack our things up, put it into our rucksacks and get the hell out of Dodge if need be. I don't ever want that to happen, in all honesty, but we need to be able to plan for that eventuality if the worst happens. That's not saying it's going to happen. We do this in a number of ways. So what we do is we have a plan to make sure that everything we buy for the car has multiple uses. Okay. It's really simple. Even the water that we are going to carry, you know, we need to make sure that we use the grey water efficiently after we've used it, you know. We don't want to waste anything because we're going to need everything, especially if we're going to be going remote at some point. I have a feeling we're going to go as remote as possible when we get to Tanzania. Oh goodness. When we get to the Southern African region. There you go. Namibia. Sorry, I was trying to say Namibia. So yeah, I have a feeling we're going to go as remote as possible. That's where we're going to get remote. Because that's where it's kind of possible for us to go to remote, you know. I don't know, you have to define what remote means. For us, everything is going to be remote. Because nearly most of the countries we've never been to. Most of the countries in Africa we've never been to. So yeah, whatever we do is going to be remote. What I mean by remote is by getting away from everyone, getting to a place where not everybody else can get to. This is the beauty of overlanding, being able to go places where you're not going to bump into some backpacker from the Netherlands, you know. You know, they get everywhere. You know, the whole point is to be able to get to a place. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be talking about backpackers from the Netherlands. You know, at one point we were journeying up a mountain. We hiked it up a mountain, me, my partner and the kid. We hiked it up a mountain. And when we got to the top, we realized we couldn't get down. It was cold. It was windy. We had to get down as soon as possible. And a couple helped us, and they were Dutch backpackers. From Utrecht, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, back to the story. We want to get as remote as possible in those countries. And the way we get remote is by traveling light and being, you know, there is a word for it. My gosh. Agile. So that's what we're looking for. Agility is everything, really. And that's what we are looking for in a car. Because we're going to camp, we're going to want everything. We want warm showers. I want a warm shower. I think, you know, I don't think that's much to ask for. We have the technology now. We have products that we can buy. I believe that there is a type of awning type setup where you can put water in and it heats up naturally during the day. You can have a nice hot shower before you go to bed at night. That type of setup is really cool. I like that. So we want hot showers. We want to have even a small place to use the toilet as well. So we want those things, and we're going to put those things on the car. Yeah, and we're going to be able to put those things on the car because we are going to have a carbon fiber rooftop tent, because we are going to have carbon fiber rear storage. We're going to offset the weight of the number of things that we need in order to travel comfortably with using lightweight, strong, durable materials for the Overland build. So yeah, it's one thing we can do, definitely. Keeping things simple, right? We are going to be making these videos every day. I'm going to be at least making these videos every day. And it's important that I get them out every night. And clearly, I'm not going to be able to get them out every night if we're going to go remote. So I have to think about that. We are going to have a Wi-Fi 4G booster. Let's see if this works. We're going to use, is it iCamper? I can't remember the name of it, but there is a good map application that you can buy, which actually I'm not even sure if it's free. It might be free, that will detail all the sites that have good or reasonable cell phone coverage. So we don't want to go too far outside good cell phone coverage, reasonable cell phone coverage, something that the booster can help with to a certain degree. Keeping comms, being able to communicate, having that Wi-Fi, I think that's important to a certain degree. But I think if we're traveling across Africa, I think it's best if we have in mind some sort of goal to get remote. And I mean remote. If we have a decent car, why shouldn't we? Let's see what it can do. Let's take it through its paces, What else? Clothing. We're not going to need a lot of clothing, but the clothing that we are going to take is going to be nice, light, compact clothing. Stuff that we're going to be able to wash and dry really quickly. So sports clothing is probably the best bet. We want to stay comfortable and clean. So I think these things, carrying a bar of soap instead of carrying a big, tub of shower wash, which is bad for the environment anyway. Just buy a natural soap. I think that's really cool. Making sure that our footprint is as small as possible. I don't want to leave the campsite and people could come and say, yeah, people have been here because look at the way they've left it. We want to be able to leave that campsite in a way in which people are going to look and say, the person that left it before is responsible. That's going to be us. That is going to be us. Responsible overlanding. That's what it's all about. And I think that keeping ourselves compact and light will also have an impact on the environment, because we're not going to be having a heavy car and burning diesel like no man's business. We're going to have a car which will be able to be as efficient as possible with that fuel, and enable us to spend money on other things as opposed to spending it on more fuel, upgrading stuff. We don't want to do that. So, yeah, like I said, I think it's a combination. It's a combination of soft-roading and off-roading we're going to be doing in an off-roader, because we need an off-roader. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's the way we are going to off-road. That's the way we are going to be driving, and it's going to be part of our ethos to make sure that when we plan the first part of our journey, at least, that we are able to show people that you can do this without spending tons of money and without burning tons of resources, and you can do it with a family and you can do it safely. So yeah, that's what we plan on doing. So guys, keep watching this space. You're gonna get it all, right? The planning stage, that's what we are doing right now, because we're not leaving until November, remember? So yeah, November, remember? So yeah, you're going to be able to see right from the ground up how we plan this, and it's going to be something awesome. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching. That's it for me for today, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.